During the 1981 Instructional Technology Fair, Commissioner Ambach was asked what impact technology would have on New York State schools. He was interviewed by a student from the Herkimer County BOCES on February 17, 1981. Note: technical quality of the original recording was poor.
Could you tell me a little bit about the hearing, the points that you tried to stress up there?
Yes, I'd be very pleased to. The hearing is on all forms of technology, but I was speaking particularly about the development of computers. One of the most important aspects of what's going to happen in the future in our schools is the interactive technology, the technologies that we can use to communicate between the technology and the person, and that means using the computers. And so I was commenting to Senator Donovan about the importance of establishing good, strong patterns in the state of using computers. They're getting cheaper and cheaper. They're smaller. They can connect up with each other, computers, smaller ones to bigger ones, so that you have access to tremendous information. And it's that connection between the student and the computer. Not only learning from it, but the student can teach the computer, can program it, can show it what to do. And that aspect is so important for education in the future.
What kind of impact will all this technology have on the New York State schools? Is this a slow process, or has it been a fast-moving process, as far as you're concerned?
Well, the introduction of new technologies has always been quite slow. If one looks back even to the technology of the book, it came along rather slowly after the printing press, but of course it finally developed fully. One looks at early days of television. It came along slowly, but now there's much, much more development by way of using television for instruction. In computers, they've been around for quite some time, but of course they've been too expensive to use regularly in the classroom. But now the price is driven down, and so that it's going to be possible, and we should be pointing toward having a computer in just about every classroom in the state of New York. So that I think that within this next decade we're going to see a tremendous development of computers, and I do think that we're going to see computers in all of the classrooms and very regular instruction for all students on the fundamentals of using the computer. And I mean by that not just getting information out, but programming them and really working with the computers in their own education.
So what you're saying is eventually it's all going to turn to computers and technology in the New York State schools?
No, not at all. The way that computers are used, of course, will depend on our wisdom in using them. Education will still primarily be a matter of individuals communicating, people communicating, and the computer is not going to take over for those people. It's not going to push teachers aside or change a lot of the things that they do. The computer is going to assist. It's going to support and help by way of doing repetitious things, has an excellent memory that lots of us don't have, and so you use the computer for that purpose, together with that human contact that we've got to have.
Yeah, I know a lot of people sort of get that misconception that they hear computers right away and they figure, well, the computers are going to take over the classroom and like that. But if people, were more open about it and found out a little bit more about the technology, I think they'd be aware of
I think
what's
that's
happening.
True. My experience in talking with teachers and certainly with students is that they don't have a sense that somehow by using that computer it's making them less human or it's somehow constraining them. In fact, what they find is it frees them. You use the computer for record keeping or for purposes of interaction and instruction, and then you're free to do other things at the same time. And that's what machines are all about. You think about other machines, the vacuum cleaner or the dishwasher or the washing machine. Those are machines, but they don't dehumanize us.
That's right.
We don't want to get rid of those things. They work for us. And in the same way, we can make the computer work for us.
Okay. I want to thank you very much for talking with us today.
Thank you very much.